Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're still in a holding pattern here. There's a minute 15 left in this game,
Okay.
and then 20 minutes on the clock. So my original estimation of 7:10 was probably correct.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll let you know here in a minute.
Thank you.
Step her off. Mm-hmm. What? The game's sloppy. Yeah, at the end. All right. Okay, 20 on the clock. So let's go 6:12 intro.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. You're awesome.
You mean 7:12, right?
Yeah, that would be it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're smarter than I. Thank you.
6 minutes.
Thank you.
Three minutes. Two minutes.
Thank you.
1 minute till intro. $30 till intro.
Do it. Thank you.
Playing intro now. $15. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome one, welcome all to Tasker Arena for tonight's game between the Hobbs Lady Eagles and the Knights of Organ Mountain. And tonight's game is going to be a good one, Ty.
Yeah, we're talking right after the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. The Hobbs Lady Eagles losing in the championship game to Farmington, the #1 team in the Max Preps poll for the state. Now they're taking on number 4, Organ Mountain, with a 9-3 record. This team has been battle-tested. They've had 2 tournaments under their belt so far. Lost in the Clovis Tournament Championship to the host team Clovis, who's got one of their better teams after the last few years, but lost a game that last week or so. So they're definitely ready to go, and this is going to be a big one. And the Lady Eagles are just like the Hobbs boys team. They don't like to schedule pantsies early in the season.
Well, you know, it's one of those things. They're a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde team. At a 9-2 or 9-3 record, okay, they've blown out some teams that look like that they should have been closer. And then they've almost lost to teams that they should have blown out. Carlsbad's not had a good season thus far. They only beat Carlsbad by 1. That same Pebble Hill squad that we beat by 30, they only beat by 2. But then you turn around and you see them play squads like Franklin, which is a perennial powerhouse in El Paso. They beat Franklin, only lost to Farmington by 9, which means they're pretty close to Farmington. And then a team like I believe I saw Cleveland on there, which Cleveland's a pretty decent team. They lost by 2. So it's kind of a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde team. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's interesting to see which team shows up tonight.
I'll tell you, the one that's most dominant and consistent for them, though, is that Harmony Dominguez. That Clovis tournament back in the championship December 22nd, 29 points in that ball game. And, boy, a big comeback for Clovis. They went on a 17-2 run to take the lead in that game and didn't get ahead of this team that the Hobbs is playing tonight. But, again, Harmony Dominguez, that's a name that's coming up quite a bit this season. She got a technical in that game, threw the ball down on the court. Then her coach got teed up twice right after that. She was ejected. Talking about Evelyn Rivas, she's the head coach for Organ Mountain. So lots of stuff went on in that game. They ended up losing the contest by 14 to Clovis. Clovis is a much improved team this year. They've been kind of down in the dumps the last few seasons.
That'll be interesting to see as the season goes on because, that's our biggest rival right there. It'll be interesting to see, how we match up against Clovis. This Organ Mountain squad, you talk about Harmony Dominguez, and a very good guard, inside-outside game, likes to push the ball up the court, just 5'7". She's going to see a lot of 3-post lineups against Hobbs tonight. I talked to Coach Carpenter before the game today, sat down with him and talked about practice and stuff, and he's been really toying with the 3-post lineup. He really likes having all those posts on the floor at the same time because it creates such matchup problems for the people we play against. And also, that length on defense is very difficult to get inside. All they can do is shoot outside on you.
Yeah, that might intimidate Dominguez because she's kind of a penetrating guard. In one game, she was 11 of 15 from the free throw line. The team only shot 17 as a team, so she had 15 out of 17 free throw opportunities. Another game, she went 6 for 6. So you give her a chance to get in the paint. She's going to try to get some bodies over to get some fouls. Again, if you get the posts up there with hands in the air using their height, that could be a problem, especially when you have girls like we do on that post position. Anaya Joseph being one, and then also coming off the bench, you've got the ninth grader Jayla David, but Kendall Cunningham is pretty rough underneath too.
Absolutely, and the tallest player for Oregon Mountain only sits at 5'10", so it looks like we're going to have a height advantage tonight. And all of their guards seem to be very, very small. They are missing two guards tonight. Alaya Morales and Haley Hernandez are both injured and won't be playing this evening for Oregon Mountain.
I should mention too, we mentioned with the the terms of the rankings in the state, Hobbs sitting at number 3 right now with that 9-6 record. Oregon Mountain right behind them at number 4 at 9-3. But there's a big differential on strength of schedule. Hobbs at 15.8 and Oregon Mountain at 8.8. So that kind of tells you right there the caliber of teams that the Hobbs Lady Eagles are playing. Almost double the strength of what we're seeing from this Oregon Mountain.
That'll mean we're battle-tested going in. I mean, Oregon Mountain, you got test against Franklin, you got test against Cleveland, but other than that, looking down their schedule, hadn't seen a whole lot of teams that inspire me.
Yeah, and then there's some other players we got to be careful about, too. We keep mentioning Dominguez, but the Turnbow girl, she's had a couple of games at double-digit scoring for Oregon Mountain, so we have to keep an eye on her. A couple other people that have scored. Turnbow is averaging 13.5 a game, so that definitely means she's big. Dominguez, 18 a game. We've talked about her already. And then one other one is Hernandez, averaging 10 points a contest, so 3 in double digits this season.
Looks like there's rising for the national anthem. We'll take a break, too, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. You're listening to the pregame show, the Hobbs Lady Eagles and the Oregon Mountain Lady Knights. We'll be back after these messages.
Clear.
2 minutes, please.
One minute.
Thank you.
$30. $15. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to Tasker Arena. Just before game time here, both teams, or actually only one team's on the floor, waiting for the Hobbs Eagles to return and starters to be announced. And you know, Ty, we talked about the ups and downs of playing a strengthened schedule. We've lost some games that were pretty tight, but the growth has been there. I've been really impressed with the team and how far it's come, especially after losing Anthony. This team has really kind of grown into its shoes.
Yeah, you mentioned close games. That Farmington game was only a 4-point differential. Farmington winning it by 61-57. But Hobbs had 44 rebounds in that game, and they actually won the rebounding battle against Farmington. Nia Joseph had 16 boards. Kendall Cunningham with 13. Brett Clays had several games of good rebounding. She had 6 in that contest. Lots of people chiming in that game. Erilyn Hall, 15 points. Nia Joseph, 9. Cunningham, 9. David had 10 coming off the bench. So lots of people providing some offensive punch there. And Hobbs shooting pretty well from the free throw line, which are not always the best at. 17 of 24 for 70%. So that's some good numbers there. We should also mention, too, there were some good performances at the tournament as well. I mean, when you look at all 3 games, the big Nia Joseph, 15 points she averaged in the games. 18 points to start, 18 points in the second game, too. So really some good numbers there. Jayla David averaged 11 points at the tournament. Erilyn Hall averaged 11 as well with a couple of games at double digits. So lots of different people showing some big numbers, and 3 of those players getting on the all-tournament team as well.
And, to me, Erilyn Hall is a big X factor for this team. She's the lone senior playing significant minutes right now. And even though there's a couple other seniors on the team, she's the one on the floor. And so she's got to really be not only the maturity leader, but she's got to be the floor leader in the floor general for the Eagles to step up big when needed. She did so in that last game against Farmington, hitting the first 3s of the game, first 3 of them to open it up, and it really showed a lot of leadership, but then she cooled off. And that consistency, is needed. We need that outside threat, and Erilyn Hall can provide that.
I think the others going on the other side of the coin, though. I know Coach Carpenter wants to see some cleanup on the perimeter offense, too. 27 turnovers against Farmington. We've seen those streaks of sloppiness where the ball sails everywhere, and they don't get themselves contained. It might be 3 or 4 in a row that there's a turnover. That needs to be addressed. Against Farmington, #1 team, you can't have 27 turnovers.
No, you can't. And it was really, a lot of it was against the press. Farmington extended out their defense and started pressing us full court, and that's when we had troubles. We weren't really moving through the press very well. And we weren't using bounce passes. I'm a stickler for this. This is the old school coach in me. But you're trying to go through arms that are high, you got to bounce the ball low. And we weren't doing that. We were trying to throw it through their arms, and that caused a lot of the turnovers.
Let me quickly get your starters, Coach, for Oregon Mountain, wearing the black uniforms, white numbers. Number 10, Harmony Dominguez. Number 21, Helena Strawbridge, a sophomore. Number 22, Yvonne Villarreal. She's a sophomore. Aaliyah Martinez, number 23, is a freshman. And Jessica Roberts, number 30, is a freshman. Very big similarities. A lot of youngsters getting some starting time for this Oregon Mountain, kind of like the Eagles have been seeing this year. The senior for Hobbs, number 4, Erilyn Hall. Brett Clay, the freshman, number 14. Brent Hargrove, number 20. She's a freshman. Kendall Cunningham, another freshman, number 22. And, of course, Ania Joseph, just a sophomore, number 52. So that's kind of a neat dimension there. We're going to see a lot of girls with just 1 or 2 years under their belts.
Yeah. And, the only way to get experience is playing the games. They're getting the games early, so they're getting a lot of their growth early. Both teams getting last-second instructions as the Knights have actually come onto the court. And here come the Lady Eagles. Nia Joseph doing the jumping duties for the Lady Eagles. And jumping against her, it looks like it's going to be number 10. That is Harmony Dominguez.
Yeah, it's going to be some definite domination for much of the Lady Eagles in terms of size.
Yeah, you can see the Lady Eagles are towering over almost at every position. Referees scanning the neighborhood, making sure everybody's in place, and here we go. Opening toss is up, and it's going to be tipped back. And here is Bryn Hargrove to start the offense for the Lady Eagles. Hargrove heads to the left with a left-handed dribble into the corner. Long 3 by Hall. She starts it off with a missed shot. Rebounds loose, and Joseph had a chance at it, but it bounces on the floor out of bounds. That'll be Lady Knight basketball.
Should be a game that Hobbs could have an opportunity to have a ton of rebounds if they just crash hard and get the first step on their opponents.
Dominguez inbounds the ball, working against the press. She gets it back. Crosses half court to Helena Strawbridge. Strawbridge is going to drive the lane, have it blocked by Joseph. Joseph kicks it to Hargrove. Here comes the offense in transition. Skips it out to Hall. Hall looks for the ball back. She gets it back. Into the post. Kendall Cunningham back out to Hargrove for 3. No good. Ball's loose. Off the hands of Oregon Mountain. That'll be Lady Eagle basketball.
Both teams are tipping the ball a lot on rebounding right now, not getting a grip on it. That's causing some problems. They should have some easy pull-downs on these boards.
I have to say this, Evelyn Reyes is not coaching this game. It looks like James Jackson, the assistant coach, is doing the duties today.
Yeah, she got ejected against Clovis.
So maybe sitting out this one. Goes into Cunningham. Misses the shot, gets her own rebound. They're going to tie her up down low as the ball gets below her hips. And that'll be a foul on Oregon Mountain.
I don't think she got a chance to shoot on that one. She was getting ready to get into that shooting motion. They called the foul on Yvonne Villarreal. That's her first team foul against Oregon Mountain.
Inbound to Joseph. She misses her own shot, gets it back on the opposite side, spins around, jumper from 8 is good. Joseph on the board for 2. It's 2-0 Lady Eagles. Stolen away by Cunningham at half court. Kicks it back to Hall. Hall to Hargrove. Hargrove's looking for Cunningham. It's not there. Top of the key. They set it up in Hall's hands. Hall looking for some help. Looks for Clay. Not there. Goes to Cunningham. High post. Kicks it into the corner. Here's Hargrove. Back out to Clay. Clay looks at three. She don't want it. Hargrove does. Right-handed up air ball. Joseph with the rebound. Knocked out of her hands. That'll be Lady Eagle basketball.
Joseph always seems to be at the right place at the right time and has those fingertips ready. Doesn't always get the grip on it, but she's really getting a piece of the basketball.
Here's the inbound. It goes to Joseph. Joseph fouled as she goes up right in the middle of the lane. And so far, Lady Eagles are dominating the inside.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see against a smaller team. Don't take anything for granted. Use your size, but don't just be flat-footed out there. You're never going to get that out of Joseph.
Joseph steps to the line to shoot two here. 4 dribbles, puts it on her right hand, fires, and it's off the front of the iron. 2-0, Lady Eagles lead, 6:43 in the clock here in the first time.
Joseph went 7 of 14, 50% during the tournament, those 3 games last week.
Joseph back at the line. Coach Jackson walked all the way down the sidelines. He's coaching over near the scorer's table. Here's Joseph's second opportunity. It's good, 3-0 Lady Eagles. Inbound coming across court. Here's Harmony Dominguez. Splits the double team. She's going to take it all the way to Joseph. Joseph swats at it. The ball's loose. Rebounded Dominguez. Dominguez falls out to the three-point line. Checked by Cunningham. Kicks it into Turnbow. Turnbow, fadeaway jumper. Blocked by Joseph. Another block. And Kendall Cunningham with the rebound.
Hobbs up 4-1 on the board so far. 2 for Cunningham, 2 for Joseph.
Here's Cunningham. Kicks it back to Hargrove. Top of the key extended. Left side Clay. She's going to swing it around. Looks for Cunningham. Cunningham's going to drive with the right hand. Kicks it out. Hall. Pump fakes. Gives it to Hargrove. We're going to swing it around. Brett Clay for 3. In and out. Joseph with another rebound. Joseph with a putback. Joseph scores.
Joseph cleaning up on that glass. You can say that again. She's got 5 on the points so far.
Here's Roberts working against the press. Chris crosses over to the court to Dominguez. Dominguez with the right hand looking for help. Dominguez flips it out to Roberts, left side. Roberts skipped past Turnbow off her leg, but she scoops it up. Turnbow's going to throw it away. Hargrove on the run. Hargrove has a 2-and-1, but goes to the wrong side. Ends up giving it back to Hall on the backside, and Hall scores on the layup. It's 7-0 Lady Eagles.
Finally, somebody besides Joseph put some points down for Hobbs.
Dominguez attacking against the press, going to split the double team. Dominguez working top of the key, looking for help. She goes to Turnbow. Turnbow swings, in trouble. Kicks it out. Hargrove with another steal. Hargrove off to the races. Hargrove being checked by Dominguez. She's going to go up with a left-handed layup, and Hargrove scores! Coast to coast. Timeout on the floor. It's 9-0 Lady Eagles. We'll be back in just 30 seconds. You're listening to Lady Eagle basketball on Eagle 100.5 and YouTube.com.
Your clear.
30, please.
Ten. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to Tasker Arena. 9-0 your score. Lady Eagles up on the Oregon Mountain Knights. I almost called it Oñate. They did change their name this last year.
Yeah, I stepped into that big puddle a couple of weeks ago with the Hobbs boys on the road. I mean, every other call there in the first quarter was Oñate.
Yeah, old habits die hard, especially for broadcasters like us. 9-0 so far. The rebounding's been there and the defense has been there so far for the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, 5-1 on the boards and 3 turnovers so far for Oregon Mountain. So they're causing some trouble there, especially near midcourt. Hobbs being very aggressive with those guards.
Brent Hargrove doing a great job of jumping those passes. So both teams coming back on the floor, and Hobbs Press coming down to set up against Oregon Mountain. Oregon Mountain inbound. We got Harmony Dominguez cross court to Roberts. She tosses it and gets it back. Left side. Roberts going to drive in. Almost blocked by Cunningham. Ball's loose. And here comes Turnbow. Goes over the back of Brett Clay.
Yeah, Brett Clay had the rebound underneath her first board, and this big body coming over the top of her. Caitlin Turnbow, 5'10" sophomore. That's the girl you mentioned, the tallest on the court for Oregon Mountain.
Yeah, she played aggressive, but a little bit too aggressive there. Jayla David now in the game for the Lady Eagles. Into the corner. They're going to work it to Cunningham. Back out to David. David pops it to the right side. Hargrove for three, no good. Check that. That is Carolyn Saez who took the three. She's just entered the game as well during the timeout. And Mojica's in the game is playing good defense over there on Dominguez. Turnbow, right side, gives it to number 21 Strawbridge, kicks it out to Dominguez, who throws up an air ball. Joseph with David with the rebound. David's going to throw it off of one of the Oregon Mountain Knight players.
Boy, David has just got that leaping ability to get off the floor, and boy, I mean, just going to be so great to have her the next couple of seasons. We've been talking about that throughout the whole holiday tournament last week.
I think she's going to become that combo player that goes inside and outside. Her shot's really beautiful as well. Backdoor pass, Mojica. She's going to drive. Bounce passes it far side to David, who kicks it out to Saez. Over to Mojica. Air ball thrown up in the corner. Oregon Mountain off to the races. They go ahead to Turnbow. Turnbow in trouble is going to kick it out to Roberts. Roberts to Dominguez near side. Dominguez looks for Strawbridge. Strawbridge kicks it out to Roberts. Roberts for three, no good. Rebounded David, off to the races. Near side, here comes Saez. Looks underneath, has it knocked away, stolen away by Dominguez. Dominguez tries to flip it ahead to Roberts, ran down by Mojica. Mojica comes back up court. Both teams going back and forth very quickly. Mojica is going to go to Cunningham. She brings the ball low again, gets it knocked away. Every time she gets the ball around her knees, boy, they start slapping it.
And she's the type that would do a quick spin and throw up a shot from that right block. That time, I think she was thinking shot before she had control of it, and then we got three defenders converging on
Joseph comes back in for her. They're going to talk about that on the bench, I'm sure. Inbound on the near side. Saez looking for help. Skips it out. Here's Clay. Clay for three. No good. Rebounded by David. Goes back up with it. No good. Joseph has it. Now it's loose. Joseph out to Saez. Swings it. Mojica, top of the key for three. Got it. She drains it. Sharpshooter. Mojica for three.
First tray of the game for the Lady Eagles. 4 in the scorebooks, 12-0. Hobbs skunking on Oñate, or should I say Oregon Mountain. There it was my first mistake, Coach.
Here's Villarreal, right side to Strawbridge. Strawbridge looking for help, goes back to Villarreal, top of the key, looks for Roberts near side. Roberts to Turnbow, and that's going to be a foul on Joseph going over the top there, trying to get the ball from Turnbow.
Hobbs been playing pretty clean so far in the first quarter. Just the first foul on them against, you mentioned Joseph, and 2 for Oregon Mountain. So keeping this game moving along quite a bit.
Alea Martinez coming into the game. Looks like Strawbridge was set. Oregon Mountain to inbound, near side. Dominguez shuffles her feet as she brings it in. There's no call there. Moved all over the place. Here's Villarreal, works it to Turnbow. Turnbow double team, kicks it to the middle of the floor. Missed shot there from Martinez, and there's going to be a foul. That's going to be a push.
Joseph.
Yep, that's her second personal. She'll probably come to the bench now.
Second team foul, and didn't have position that time. Kind of came from behind and chested up, and unfortunately that's going to cause her to take a seat, as you mentioned, and Cunningham comes back quickly onto the court for the Lady Eagles.
Inbound comes top of the key, Roberts. She swings it back to Dominguez, goes to Martinez, and there's a foul right there underneath again, this time against Cunningham.
Nice snappy ball movement around the perimeter, then getting it down low for Oregon Mountain that time. That's what's going to beat the movement of the defense for Hobbs. If they're not going to get there quick enough, Oregon Mountain's going to start getting some free throws out of this thing.
And usually, I will say this, Cunningham's a very disciplined defensive player, very smart defensive player. First shot up is good, and Oregon Mountain's finally on the board. It's Martinez at the line.
1 for 1 on the charity stripe so far.
Martinez, her second opportunity, pushes it up. And they're going to get a lane violation on Turnbow as Martinez's free throw style kind of gets her to jump early there.
Score pretty ugly still for the Lady Eagles. 12-1 with 2:31 left first quarter here at Tasker.
And the way this pace is going, this could be very easily turned into a mercy rule game if Oregon Mountain doesn't start playing. Here's Mojica, left wing for three, no good. Rebound Clay, she goes up, ball's loose. And it's going to be rebounded by Oregon Mountain. Off and running, here comes Roberts. Mojica runs her down. They have to reset the offense. Dominguez near side, Villarreal. Villarreal, right-handed dribble. Has to kick it out to Roberts. Roberts back to Dominguez. Dominguez switches feet again. She drives. Goes under Cunningham. Cunningham gets a little bit of piece of that. And then Dominguez gets it on the floor. Hands to Turnbow. Turnbow has it blocked. And they're going to get a foul. Who's this against?
Yeah, a bunch of bodies for Hobbs kind of crashing in that time. It looks like they might get Cunningham on her second.
Yeah, that is her second. And Cunningham's going to have to come out too.
Two of our post players having to take a seat early.
Turnbow at the line. First shot's up and good.
Morgan Mountain now 2 for 3 from the charity stripe, 66%. All of their scoring so far from the free throw line. Turnbow came into the game shooting 64% from the line.
Turnbow back at the line. The right hand fires it, bounces around, rebounded by David. David kicks it to Hargrove. Hargrove on the near side is going to bring it up slowly. Left side, Hall. Hall's looking for David. David's there. Pump fake from David, goes to the corner. Here's Mojica driving. Mojica tries to bounce pass it to Clay. In and out of Clay's hands. Mojica had the lane, actually bounced it. It did hit Clay right in the hands, but just a little bit too much zip on that one.
Going back to Jayla David at the other end defensively, getting the board. That's her 4th rebound in this game. We're not even done with the first quarter yet.
Here comes Villarreal to Dominguez right side. Dominguez flips the court. Here comes Roberts. Roberts, the left-handed dribble, kicks it to the free throw line. Martinez, she's going to drive. She loses it. Ball's loosened on the floor. She was looking for a call. She didn't realize the ball was still in her hands, and then ends up giving it out to Dominguez. Left side, Roberts works with Turnbow in the short corner. Goes back out to Villarreal, who drives. That was one off the glass. Turnbow with the rebound. She goes up, and I think this one they're going to get on Mojica.
Turnbow kind of leaned her body in to the Hobbs Eagle defender that time. Turnbow now at 3 rebounds, and now starting to see some effects of getting that first step to get to the ball. Now she's 1 of 2 on the line, get some more opportunities here.
And Turnbow back at the line.
Mojica's first, 15 foul.
Four dribbles and a shot. She's got it. 12-3 now to score on the board.
The Knights are now 3 of 5, 60% from the charity stripe. They came in as a team at 64% on the season.
Second opportunity for Turnbow. Spins, fires, and has it. 12-4 your score, 105 left on the clock. Been stuck at 12 for a little while now. Across the timeline, here comes Hargrove. Working the short corner, looks like an overload to the left here. They are in man-to-man. Hargrove waiting for some help. Now goes into the corner to Hall. Hall has a post in David. David spins, pivots, goes up, gets her own board, but can't quite come down with it. Rebounded by Dominguez. Dominguez across the timeline. They're going to get her for double dribble.
She went through 2 defenders for Hobbs that time, and she was kind of upset with the official. Thought they'd get a foul call for her, but instead that's the 5th night turnover.
She did take the time long enough to demonstrate to the official what had happened. Helping him out, I'm sure. Across the timeline, here comes Hargrove. Hargrove to Saez. Saez to David. David looks underneath for Clay, not there. Back to Hargrove on the top. David comes to set a pick to the left. Doesn't take it. Here comes Hargrove. She's going to spin around. She's got the lane. She's going to be fouled. I think this is going to go against Villarreal.
Yeah, she got chopped hard on the bicep that time. Looked like she was going to try to scoop underneath the defense, and that's one good thing about her. She is not afraid to take it to the rack.
And she finishes very well with the rim.
They do call the foul against the Knights. Jessica Roberts, her first 14th foul against Morgan Mountain.
Interesting choice on the call there. Here's the shot, and no good at the free throw line for Hargrove.
That was her first opportunity. Hobbs is 1 of 3 from the charity stripe. And Hargrove at the tournament was just 1 for 1 on the line. Didn't get many opportunities to shoot the free throws.
Hargrove's second opportunity. She's up. She fires, and she's good. 13-4 your score, 15 seconds left and ticking. Dominguez looking for help against the press, being checked by Hall. Dominguez across the timeline. She's going to go backdoor pass to Turnbow. Good hustle there by Saez, who strips it away. Saez with the steal, looking for help. Shot's about to go on the board, so has to be thrown up by Hargrove at the H, and it's no good. Your score at the end of 1, it's 13-4, Lady Eagles. We'll be back after these messages. You are listening to Lady Eagle Basketball on Eagle 100.5 and YouTube.com.
Here, Clay.
1 minute, please.
30. $15. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back. It is 13-4, Lady Eagles over Oregon Mountain as we start the second quarter. What do you think about that first quarter, Ty?
Kind of a low-scoring affair, but Hobbs getting the advantage on the boards, 12-7. Nia Joseph with 5 points, 4 rebounds. Brent Hargo with 3 points. Nakia Markika with 3, and Erilyn Hall with 2.
Dominguez with a long three from the right wing, and she's got it. That's the lead to 13-7.
That's her first bucket, first tray of the game for Oregon Mountain. They had 6 turnovers in the first quarter. That's kind of their unraveling at that point.
And Clay's going to get it on the left wing. She's going to switch her feet out, and that'll get the traveling call right there against her.
That's the Lady Eagles' third turnover of the ball game.
Inbound to Dominguez, being checked by Hall. Dominguez goes right side to Villarreal. The offense gets started. Villarreal bounce pass to Turnbow. Turnbow spins, fires, no good. David with another rebound. I believe that's 5. Here's Brett Clay. Hargrove swings it over to Saez. Saez fakes the three. She's going to go to Hall, who's wide open. Hall misses that one, but there's Brett Clay. Clay skies for the rebound. Hall back to Hargrove. Hargrove top of the key, switches it to Saez. Saez, Hargrove, they're going to set the offense up. Into the corner. Here's Brett Clay. She's going to drive. Kicks to Hall. Hall's going to swing. Here goes Saez. Saez, she wants the three off the iron, and that's controlled by Martinez.
A lot of perimeter shots for the Lady Eagles, but not crashing the boards underneath to pull that thing down.
Here's Dominguez at that right wing again. Kicks it out to Villarreal. She takes a three. No good. There's Jayla David.
Ooh,
and David's going to get hammered by Martinez. She's on the floor, but quickly helped up by everybody.
Sounded like an elbow cracked the hardwood that time, and she was flattened on her back and got rammed the minute she pulled down the board. That's her 6th rebound in this first half.
Yeah, and she paid for that with a little bump on the head. It was actually your head you heard hit the floor. She's grabbing that head afterwards. Across the timeline, Erilyn Hall works left side to Hargrove. Hargrove's looking under to Clay. Clay's going to get it in the high post. Swings, spots it, fires to David. 18-footer. Got it. Jayla David likes that 18-footer.
She ain't hurt either, Coach.
Here's Dominguez working against the press.
15-7 Hobbs.
Flips it across to Delgado, who just entered the game. Delgado hands it to Dominguez. Dominguez is going to run over David, but David was moving, and that'll be a block on the floor.
Yeah, she actually passed the ball, Harmony Dominguez did, and luckily for the Lady Eagles wasn't in shooting motion, but they're holding her well beneath their average. She came into the game averaging 18 points a game, just has 1 tray so far.
Dominguez to inbound underneath. Looking for Martinez. It ain't there. She's in trouble. She's going to get it into Delgado. Top of the key. Martinez flips it into Turnbow, and Turnbow pushes it up with 2 hands.
That's 5 for Caitlin Turnbow. Hobbs up 15-9.
6-point ball game. Lady Eagles lead. Saez right side. Looks for David. David in the high post. She's working backwards. Spins. Needs help. Kicks it back to Clay. Shake and bake. Clay. Right hands it, looking for David. It's loose. David has to run it down. David spins in the post. Top of the key. Long three. Hall. No good. David with another rebound. David's going to take a short jumper off the glass. No good. Pulled down by Martinez. Martinez swinging elbows there, letting everybody know where her space is. Across the timeline. Left hand. Long shot from Dominguez. She's got it. Man, we got to guard her way out there.
That's her 2nd tray of the game. 6 points leading the Knights.
And an inbound, and that's going to be a charge, even though it didn't knock her down. That was Delgado running right into Saez. On the inbound, Hargrove went running up the court. They threw her the ball, and she didn't know.
That was the 4th Hobbs Lady Eagle turnover, which led to an Oregon Mountain turnover after that on the charge. 7 total for the Knights. Need to take better care of the basketball against this tough Hobbs Lady Eagles team on their home court.
15-12, Lady Eagles lead. 5:14 on the clock and ticking. Right side Mohican looking for David. She goes to David on the inside. Swings, tries to find Clay. Not there. Stolen away by Martinez. Martinez hands to Delgado. Back to Dominguez right side. Across the timeline. Dominguez crossover dribble. Comes in the lane. She shoots it over Jayla David. No good. Rebound by Hargrove. Off to the races. Hargrove around the back. crosses over, looking for help. Near side, Mojica runs to the corner. They open up the offense. It's going to go into David. David's going to swing. Check that. That's Clay. And Clay's going to get blocked by Martinez, who's wondering what she did wrong.
Like to see Clay challenging people like that. She did on that right block that time. Kind of bounced her back into the front section of her defender, but got the benefit of the doubt there. And that's going to be the third foul call against Aaliyah Martinez.
Yep, and that'll bring Turnbow back into the game and put Brett Clay at the line to shoot 1-and-1.
17 fouls now in the bonus. And Brett Clay at the tournament was 3 of 10. Not her best shooting performance on the line, 30%.
First opportunity tonight, bounces off the rim, but she's going to run down her own rebound. Good hustle there by Clay.
4 rebounds so far for her in the first half.
Right side, Mojica looks for David. David in the high post, swings it around, back to Mojica. Mojica, dribble threat, one dribble, hands to David. Back to Mojica. Left-handed dribble, sets it up top. David in the high post. David spoons under, scoops.
Ooh, boy.
And that was a finger roll fadeaway or something. I don't know what else to call it. Dominguez over the top for number 21, Strawbridge, who's re-entered the game.
David, 4 points and 7 rebounds, the freshman from the Lady Eagles bench.
Delgado crossover. Delgado checked by Mojica. She's in trouble. Mojica ties her up. That'll be a jump ball. Hobbs Eagles will get it.
Turn it in Obering, too, on Oregon Mountain. That's their 8th giveaway to the Hobbs Lady Eagles so far.
And Delgado will leave the floor, and that'll bring Camila Gatica Gutierrez into the game. 17-12, Lady Eagles lead, 3:55 on the clock. Offense gets started right side. Here's Hargrove. Hargrove with a spinner up the middle. Hargrove off the fingertip scores.
Never afraid to take it to the rack is Hargrove. That's 5 for her.
That's the best part of her game.
19-12 Hobbs.
Here's Turnbow in the high post. Swings it around. Spins. Jayla David all over her. Ball's in and out. It's loose. It's going to be off the hands of Strawbridge. Lady Eagles basketball.
I do like some of the moves of this Knights team, though. That was a nice little spin for Turnbow, and, of course, Dominguez, the senior, definitely has some great moves to the hoop as well. So they got some talent there. They just keep it together.
And they're quietly staying in this game. Here's Mojica to Hall. Hall, crossover dribble, goes backdoor to Clay. Not there. Kicks it to Mojica. Short jumper by Mojica, and she's got it.
Little rainbow action on that one, 5 for her.
Yep, she's earning her minutes tonight. Here comes Gatica Gutierrez. Tries to go over top to Dominguez. Dominguez is going to drive. Fakes backdoor. Kicks it out top of the key to Zavala, who's entered the game. Dominguez backs it out. Mojica all over her. Right side to Gatica Gutierrez. Here's Zavala. Zavala bounce pass to Turnbow. Turnbow top of the key. Dominguez. She wants that three. No good. Rebound to David. Kicked out to Mojica. Mojica hands it to Hargrove. Back door. Far side. Mojica for three. Got it. Nakia Mojica on fire tonight. That's her 7th point, 8th point.
Yep, second tray of the ball game for the Lady Eagles from her.
Here's Dominguez walking it up court. Here comes the double team. She picks it up. Dominguez is frustrated, calling for a foul every time she touches the ball. And she's sitting in the forecourt with her hands on her hips. Long three here from Zavala. No good. Rebounded by Strawbridge, back up. That's going to be a foul on David. That's her second.
Strawbridge with her second rebound, and that will be the 17th foul against the Lady Eagles, making a bonus for the rest of the half as well.
And Dominguez is walking all the way back to the bench to tell her coach she doesn't appreciate the fouls.
I'm sure he'll give her a nice sounding board there.
Yeah, you know, the old coach in me, pet peeve is, you know, you're standing there, the rest of your team is playing on one side of the court, and you're standing there with your hands on your hips. But that's too much to be said, right? First free throw is up and good. 24-13 your score.
5 of 7 from the line is Oregon Mountain, so they're helping their cause. Hobbs had a big lead of 12, their best of the game, except for these free throws coming now.
Second free throw bounces in and out, and Cunningham runs it down, who's just re-entered the game for David. Across the timeline, Hargrove, right side, Hall, three, in and out. Rebound, Cunningham again. Cunningham kicks it out, but throws it right to Gatica Gutierrez, and she's going to walk with it as she crosses the timeline and then slam the ball down in frustration.
6 Lady Eagle turnovers, now 9 for Oregon Mountain. We're kind of seeing that tit-for-tat type of situation. One gets a turnover, then it goes right back the other way and knocked out again.
Really been kind of a sloppy game.
And these are two teams ranked in the top 5. You know, we mentioned that in the pregame show. Max Preps, Hobbs number 3, and Oregon Mountain number 4, right next to each other.
Mojica, left wing, looking for some help. Cunningham, top of the key. Hargrove, right wing. Hargrove holds it above her 5'7" frame, goes to Cunningham. Cunningham pushes through, and they're going to block call as Camila Gutierrez gets underneath Cunningham. That puts Cunningham on the line to shoot 2.
The delayed whistle on that one, but Hobbs still getting the benefit of that. Cunningham will be up on the line for the Lady Eagles. She went 10 of 16 on the charity stripe in the 3 games of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. Getting a lot of opportunities. She likes to bang inside.
First free throw up and good. Nice form there.
That's her first point of the ball game as well. Lady Eagles are 3 of 6 from the charity stripe for 50%.
Second opportunity for Cunningham. Right hands it up, and it's also good.
Hobbs doubling up on the Knights now, 26-13, 1:36 left second quarter.
Dominguez working against the press. She's trapped in the double team. Kicks it over right side to Gutierrez. Back to Dominguez across the timeline. Dominguez up and under, scoops it with the left hand and scores.
That's her first non-tray of the ball game. All 8 of her points are in the second quarter.
Right side, Mojica. She wants another one. Got it. Nakia Mojica with 11 here in the first half. She's got the hot hand.
Yeah, 3 trays. She continues to tank them.
Dominguez, backcourt pass Turnbow. It's loose. Ran down by Clay with some speed. Clay bounce passes Mojica near side. Off and running. Sends it ahead to Cunningham. One bounce. Cunningham goes up. Scoop and score. She's fouled and go to the line to shoot 1.
And she had the ball on the right block, ducked her head down between 2 defenders and took it home off the glass there to chance for that 3-point play.
31-15. We blink, and it's now a 16-point game.
Oregon Mountain foul on Helena Strawbridge, her first, 19th foul.
Opportunity to complete the tray. Off the front of the iron. Ball's controlled by Zavala. She loses it. And there's going to be a hold. That's going to be called against Mojica.
Clock will stop with 52 seconds remaining here in the second. And a 16-point Lady Eagle lead, their biggest of the ball game.
Free throw upcoming here. It looks like Gutierrez has got the opportunity.
18 fouls on the Lady Eagles, second on Mojica.
Mojica really getting a lot of extended minutes tonight, and rightfully so. She's got the hot hand. First one's up, no good. Mojica with the rebound. Mojica spins around the press. Right side, Hargrove. Hargrove steps off to Hall. Backdoor pass. They're looking for Hargrove. She's going to spin. And to Clay. Shake and bake. Clay spins. And they're going to count that. They're going to say it was on the floor. Wait, hard to see what his signals are. Now they're signaling 1 and 1. His initial signal was pointing down, but he was trying to say it was on the floor, but it looked like he said it went in.
Yeah, that would have been a major continuation. We're not in the WNBA, that's for sure.
No, sir.
They get that foul call, and the hold from behind by Michaela Zavala, her first. 10th team foul, though, just like a shooting foul, double bonus.
Yep. First one's up, bounces around, and bounces in.
Clay made up for her first miss earlier. She's 1 of 2 on the line.
Leilani Clay comes in. She's checking in for Cunningham. Second opportunity for Brett Clay. Right hands it up, and it's good.
Hobbs now 6 of 10 from the line. 2 points for Brett Clay.
33-15, Lady Eagles lead. Here comes the press. Dominguez is pushing off of Mojica. No call. Dominguez is frustrated with this press. Left-handed Dominguez. Mojica pressuring her. Hands it off to Hargrove. They're going to go to Strawbridge at the top of the key. Strawbridge hands it to Gutierrez, and she's looking for Turnbow, and she turns it over instead.
11 Knight turnovers in the first half, just 6 for the Lady Eagles, and usually when that starts mounting, that's going to go a big advantage for the home team here at Tasco Arena.
14 seconds on the clock here in the second period, 33-15. Let's see what they do. Getting the count from the fans as Mojica goes right side to Hargrove. And Hargrove's going to walk with it. She looks like she's going to try a scoop shot, and then she just kept going.
Clock stops at 1.9. One more shot here for Oñate, make it Oregon Mountain.
Oregon Mountain flips it in. There's Dominguez, long 3.
Ooh!
Almost in. Nice looking chance, but no good. 33-15 your score. We'll be back in 3 minutes with the Lady Eagle halftime show. You're listening to Lady Eagle basketball on Eagle 100.5 and YouTube.com.
You're clear.
3 minutes, please.
2 minutes. One minute. $30. $15. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back. 33-15 your score. The Lady Eagles up on the Oregon Mountain Knights, and it's a game where the Lady Eagles come out and started to dominate early on, and then slowly the Knights climb back into it. Then a late run here by the Lady Eagles kind of put it back out in front by 16 again.
Hobbs up by 9 at the end of the first, 13-4, but outscored Oregon Mountain by 20-11 in that second quarter to get this 18-point lead, as I mentioned, which is the biggest of the ball game. Look at the point production, first of all, for Oregon Mountain. Nobody really dominating at this point, although Harmony Dominguez saw some good scoring in the second quarter. All of her points in the second, had 8, 2 trays, and another bucket as well. Caitlin Turnbow finished with 5. She went 3 of 4 from the line in the first quarter. We got to keep her out of the paint as much as possible. Helena Strawbridge went 1 of 2 from the line for 1 point, and Aaliyah Martinez was 1 of 2 from the line for 1 point. So they had 4 scores in the books for Oregon Mountain, were 5 of 9 from the charity stripe for 55%. They had the biggest problem with turnovers with 11. Hobbs only had 7 in the first half, and they were out-rebounded by the Lady Eagles 22-11, so Hobbs doubling up on the glass. That's one thing I think in the second half, besides going to Dominguez, who seemed to get lit on fire there in the second quarter. They got to do a better job of rebounding and keeping control of the basketball. That was their unraveling in that second quarter.
Yeah, you know, that's been the bane all year. It's something you just got to find some way to keep the basketball in your hands, because every turnover you give is a possession you don't get a chance to shoot.
Lady Eagles already have a double-digit score coming off the bench. Nakia Mojica scored 11 points, 8 of those in the second quarter, had 3 trays go down for her as well, so definitely doing a good job to try to get her coach a starter in the next ball game. Also getting 5 in the first half, Ren Hargrove. She was 1 of 2 from the charity stripe, also got a rebound. Anaya Joseph, 5 points, all coming in the first quarter, was 1 of 2 from the line with 4 rebounds on top of that. Jayla David having a great game off the bench. She had 4 points, all coming in the second quarter, also 8 rebounds to lead the Lady Eagles. And Kendall Cunningham with 4 points, all coming in the second quarter. She was 2 for 3 from the line and had 4 rebounds, so definitely doing a lot of stuff in the paint for Hobbs. Also scoring in the first half, Brett Clay was 2 for 3 from the line for 2 points. Erilyn Hall hit a bucket for 2 as well, and that finishes up with 7 scores for the Lady Eagles in the first half. They were 5 of 8 from the line for 62%. Again, just 7 turnovers compared to 11 for Oregon Mountain. And Hobbs, 22 rebounds, 11 for Oregon Mountain. Hobbs with the leader, 8 for Jayla David, and 4 apiece for Brett Clay and Anaya Joseph.
You know, something that just strikes me, and it just really kind of sat with me listening to the halftime show, and you go through the stats, is that these girls are all freshmen and sophomores. There's growth left in them, both physically and maturity-wise, and their game is going to grow. And just trying to, project and imagine them in 2 years with all of the corrections and the things that they're doing wrong, with all the things that they're already able to do well. I think this is going to be a very solid team for the future, and just really impressed with everything that they're doing right now.
And again, that's without Wisdom Anthony, who does have another season, hopefully next year as a senior after the ACL tear. Wish her all the quick recovery as quickly as possible. So definitely this team, as you mentioned, is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the state tournament. And of course, they're sitting at 9-6 on the season.
Yeah, and it's a 9-6 that's well earned too, because we've played very good opponents, and our non-district schedule has been really, really rough.
And I think that 18 strength of schedule number, 15.8, I should say, is one of the tops in the state in terms of competitive against other teams.
Yeah, Carpenter coach team is not going to back down from any challenge. He's proven that year after year.
And it's such a headache to try to schedule for Hobbs. I mean, of course, with the athletic director trying to get these games scheduled, a lot of teams are saying, no, we passed down here in the south. So what does that mean Hobbs has to do? Got to travel a lot of distance, like tomorrow, going up to Amarillo, taking on Tascosa, which is a 4.5-hour bus drive up there. So that's and it's a 5:30 start for Hobbs too, which means a very early departure from Hobbs.
Yeah, it is, and it's a game. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to cover on the air tomorrow, but is what it is. But it's as early as that game is. I mean, geez, they're going to miss most of the school day.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll have the Hobbs boys tomorrow night because they'll be right here at Task Arena taking on Goddard, and we'll have that on our sister station, 95.7, 6:45 pregame show, tip-off at 7. And just like the Lady Eagles, HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. So keep you covered with the boys in action here at Tasker tomorrow night.
We got about 2 minutes till the second half starts. We'll go ahead and take that break with them. We'll be back. Lady Eagles leading 33-15 over the Oregon Mountain Knights, and we'll be back in a minute and a half.
You're clear.
A minute and a half, please.
One minute. $30. $15. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back. 33-15 your score. The Lady Eagles are almost double up +3 on the Oregon Mountain Knights. Second half keys tied.
Well, I think Hobbs continue to put some pressure near half court, try to get some steals and some good transition layups. Oregon Mountain has to crash the boards a bit harder against a taller Hobbs Lady Eagles team. Got to be quicker feet and get to the spot before your opponent does.
I know Coach wanted to try that three-post lineup, but with foul trouble, hasn't been able to.
And looks like Coach Carper got that 2-3 zone on defense already. And, boy, if you're trying to play the Lady Eagles, you hate to see Anaya Joseph in the middle of that paint. You got Cunningham down there, and also Brett Clay, who's one of those thrasher types that she's going to put a hand on the ball as much as she can on defense.
Brett Clay's speed defensively just amazes me. I mean, her rebounds are speed rebounds, not really jumping or height. Here's the inbound right side to Roberts. Roberts hands Turnbow back to Dominguez. Into the corner, long three is going to be good by Villarreal. That'll cut it at 33-18.
That's her first bucket of the ball game, and the third try put down by Oregon Mountain.
Hall works right side, top of the key Cunningham. Cunningham to Joseph. Joseph, Hargrove near side. Hargrove's going to come around to pick from Joseph. She floats up with the right hand, no good. Ball off the hands of Turnbow, Lady Eagle basketball. Hall to do the inbounding duty under the attacking basket. Hall's looking for Joseph. She's got a seal out in there, not there. Kicks it out, right side. Here's a long shot from Hargrove, in and out. Rebounded by Clay. They're fighting for it. Joseph comes down there and grabs it. Jump ball. Lady Eagles a good possession.
Yeah, the big rip and grab there by Nia Joseph as she was going toe-to-toe with Caitlin Turnbull there on the left block. A big physical battle underneath the hoop.
Hall to inbound again. Looks for Clay. Not there. Clay cuts. Goes to Joseph. Back out to Hargrove into the corner. Kick it over to Joseph. Joseph in the lane. 12-footer. Right hand. Got it.
God, did you see how she flipped her body around and just got herself squared up so perfectly, and that followed through. Nice J on her part.
Yeah, you were kind of squinching your eyes on that one as she went up, too. Here's Dominguez, kicks it to Turnbow. Turnbow looks for Strawbridge. She's going to swing, spin, kick it out to Dominguez. Dominguez being checked by Hargrove. Dominguez kicks it to Turnbow. She spins, and Turnbow's going to walk with it. That'll be Lady Eagles basketball.
Kind of flipping around that pivot foot and switching it up a little bit. That's going to be the 12th turnover for Oregon Mountain. Just going back to Joseph for just a minute. 7 points and 4 rebounds with the big post, and she's still got 2 more seasons.
And here's the press. Joseph, back door. She's got Cunningham. Cunningham has it blocked, but she's going to immediately tie up Villarreal. That'll be a jump ball that goes to Oregon Mountain. Now that we see Oregon Mountain pressing, it makes me kind of sit here and go, okay, what are we going to do? I want to see if we've grown since Farmington.
They had to remember, too, they got a road trip tomorrow to go in Texas over there to Amarillo, so you might want to get a lot more bench personnel in here to get some rest.
Tascosa traditionally grows them pretty tall. Dominguez looks at a three. Check that. That's Roberts. Right side, Villarreal. Villarreal. Bounce pass stolen away by Joseph. Joseph's off and running. Joseph, left-handed layup. Sky's up. No good. Rebound, Mojica. Mojica flips it to Hall. Hall swings it right side, Clay. Clay goes into Joseph. There's that turnaround. Joseph off the iron. Controlled by Strawbridge. Gives it to Dominguez. Crosses the timeline with the right hand. Splits the double team. Gets out of control. But they're going to say that she was held. And they're going to give her shots on this, even though I saw no attempt to go up with the ball.
Yeah, she does have an excellent drive to the hole that time, and she just weaving through traffic and a very quick first step, and got the benefit of the doubt on the call there as they get that one on Nia Joseph, slapping her on her wrist, supposedly.
Yeah, the foul was obvious, but the fact that she was shooting was not.
Here's her first free throw of the game, too.
Yep, right hands it up, and it rolls out. Shows some more frustration there at the line.
Dominguez came into the contest shooting from the free throw line, which I just lost my numbers there. Get that for you. That she was shooting 82% up to that point.
And misses the first, makes the second. Here's the inbounds against the press. It's going to go to Hall, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds.
Hobbs up 35-19 with 6:05 left third quarter. Dominguez, their top scorer now with 9 points, still 11 for Mojica. For Hobbs.
Here's Clay. Clay cross court to Mojica. Mojica dribbles, kicks it out to Clay. Clay, she wants three. Clay's got three, no good. Joseph with the rebound and the putback. And she's straight up with it and scores.
9 points and 5 rebounds for Joseph.
37-19, 5:48 on the clock here in the third. Here's Dominguez working against Mojica. Flips it to Turnbow. Turnbow at the free throw line. Left-handed Roberts throws it up, no good. Controlled by Joseph. Joseph flips it out to Hall, off and running. Hall, crisscross, she's going to hand it to Clay. Clay's looking for Joseph, goes over the top. Joseph spins, here's Mojica. Mojica goes to Cunningham. Cunningham's going to turn, fire with the left hand. Cunningham scoops, scores, ends foul.
Talk about a perfect spin that time. Got the post and spun to the left side of the hoop, which a lot of players would get kind of nervous about doing that if you're a right-hander. 6 points now for her and a chance for the three-point play. Second foul on Strawbridge, and the first against Oregon Mountain here in the second half.
When she gets that seal and turn on the drop step, she's very quick on the next step. Shots up and good. 40-19 your score. Lady Eagles lead.
Cunningham now with 7 points, and she is 3 for 4 at the charity stripe for 75%.
Here's Dominguez and Strawbridge. They're working against the press. Dominguez, crossover, going to cross the timeline. She's got Mojica waiting for her. Right hand backs out. Mojica She's going to drive, steps back, takes the three, and that's good.
Whoa.
Mojica was all over her. That was just an NBA step-back three.
12 points now for Dominguez, leading her Knights, trying to get back in this game.
Pressing along the baseline. They're going to push Mojica. They're going to get a foul, and I think this is going to go in number 30. That's Roberts.
That'll be her second team foul. Dominguez, that was her third tray of the ball game for the Knights.
Here's Saez, crosses the timeline, hands to Mojica. Mojica left wing extended. Top of the key, Cunningham. Saez, right side. Saez holds it above her frame, backs out with the left-handed dribble, crosses over, goes top of the key to Clay. Clay, a little bit of a stutter step there, and then kicks it right side Saez. Saez swings out of the triple threat, dribbles the left hand, hands to Cunningham. She's going to go to the lane to Joseph. Joseph right side Clay. Clay backs it out. Clay dribble drive, spins, scoops. Going to have it blocked away by Turnbow. Clay's trying to run down Dominguez. Dominguez comes around the back. She's working against Saez. Dominguez to Turnbow. Turnbow, left side Roberts, swings, fires. They're going to get her with a foul. And I guess she must have made contact there.
Yeah, it looked like a shot was going to be attempted momentarily there by Jessica Roberts. They called the rip foul there on Clay, her first, second team foul for Hobbs.
Dominguez to Roberts. Roberts to Turnbow. Short jumper, no good. Cunningham with the rebound. Has it knocked out of her hands. But this will be out of bounds on Oregon Mountain.
Fifth rebound for Kendall Cunningham. And Hobbs really dominating the board so far. Jayla David has 8 boards and Joseph with 6.
Here's Clay against the press. Bounce pass to Mojica. Cross court to Saez. Saez back to Mojica. Cross court to Clay. Clay to Joseph. Joseph turns. Jumps from 8. Got it.
Talk about a textbook press breaker there for the Lady Eagles, just using both sides of the court on the yo-yo.
I love seeing the bounce pass in the middle of it, too. Strawbridge goes back door to Villarreal. Villarreal drives. She's going to pull it out. Mojica all over her. Spins. Tries to hand it to Turnbow. Stolen away by Clay. Ahead to Mojica on the run. Mojica has to save it. Backdoor pass to Saez. Stolen. Roberts hands it to Dominguez. Harmony Dominguez across the timeline with the right hand. Crisscross. She's going to step back. Saez on top of the defensive duties there. Hands to Turnbow. Near side Roberts. Back to Turnbow. Knocked away by Joseph. Cunningham has it. Looks for Clay. Clay sees Joseph, but wisely pulls it back. Didn't want a turnover there. Cunningham. Fakes with a jab step. She's going to drive. Scoop. Goes up with the right hand. Cunningham. And Cunningham coming from that high post scores and it's fouled again.
9 points for Cunningham, and the Lady Eagles are just slicing the defense now apart as Oregon Mountain has just racked up their third team foul, and they charge that one to Dominguez, her first. There's so many people start to take advantage. I mean, Anaya Joseph now has 11 points, 6 of those here in the third quarter. We mentioned the 9 for Cunningham, and already 11 for Mojica through the first 2 quarters.
44-22, now 45-22 as Cunningham puts it in.
Now at 10 points and 5 rebounds is Cunningham.
23-point lead here.
Look at that trap pressure, too. A 2-2-1 full court going on for the Lady Eagles.
Here's the inbound underneath the basket by Zavala. Zavala near side. It's going to come to Delgado. Back to Zavala. Swings around. Zavala cross court to Roberts. Roberts to Strawbridge to Turnbow. And Turnbow ends up losing it.
That's a 16th Oregon Mountain turnover. They did get through the pressure, but unfortunately couldn't get the pass they wanted in the paint. Right now, 16 turnovers for Oregon Mountain, 8 for the Lady Eagles.
Here's Hargrove over the top. It comes to Saez. Saez to David. David backdoor. Cunningham. Long jumper, no good. Rebounded by Turnbow. Turnbow spins, gives it to Roberts. Roberts is coming up the court quickly. Crossover and pulls up at the three-point line, then hands to Turnbow. Turnbow's going to have it blocked by Cunningham. Oh, my. They got Cunningham with a foul there, and I don't think anybody else saw what he saw.
That'll be the third on Kendall. Third team foul as well for the Lady Eagles.
My, oh, my.
So Turnbow is going to get the benefit of the doubt on that one. She's 3 for 4 from the charity stripe and has yet to shoot a free throw here in the second half.
I think the key word in your sentence was benefits. She misses the first.
Subs coming in for the Lady Eagles. Starter Anaya Joseph returns and getting some action for the first time in the game. Rosalind Ramsey, the senior.
Turnbow back at the line for the second one. Lady Eagles up 45-22 here. 2:26 on the clock, third period. Turnbow's second opportunity at the charity stripe is nothing but net.
6 points now for Caitlin Turnbow.
Hargrove over the top to Joseph. They're going to flip it to Ramsey. Ramsey finds David, and there ain't nobody back there. David gets an easy layup.
Yeah, one little shot put action. Just kind of shoved it at the basket. Didn't even have to worry about it. 24-point lead, the biggest of the game for Hobbs.
Here's Zavala. Zavala in trouble. Going to kick it out to Roberts. Roberts to Delgado, left side. Delgado with a jab step. Going to give it to Turnbow. Turnbow drives, picks it up, shoots over Joseph. It's short. Joseph with the rebound. Saez across the timeline. Goes to Joseph. Short jumper. Joseph's got it. She's going to be fouled by Turnbow.
Turnbow just telling the referee, hey, my hands were straight up in the air. A little bit of hip action, though. That's her second personal, fourth team foul. And Nia Joseph getting ready to try to get 13 points in the books here with the 7 rebounds she's had so far.
47-23 your score. 1:48 on the clock here. Joseph's right hand is good. Joseph's back at the charity stripe for number 2 here, and Harmony Dominguez returns onto the floor. Second one up, off the iron, is going to be controlled by Delgado, or check that, that is Zavala. Zavala hands to Dominguez. Dominguez is going to drive with the left hand, flips it to Strawbridge, blocked by Joseph. Joseph ahead to Saez. Saez is going to get run down. Just throws it up with 2 hands. Turnbow with the rebound. Right side, here comes Dominguez. Dominguez wants the 3. No good. Front of the iron, controlled by Saez, and it's off of Saez and Ramsey. Now it's loose, and nobody's able to come up with it. They're going to give it to Oregon Mountain.
A little bit of pinball action going on there. Both teams trying to get a grasp of the basketball, but slips through a bunch of hands.
Nakia Mojica will return. Here's the inbounds. It's going to come to Dominguez with Mojica on her. Right side, Strawbridge. Over David. Rebounded by Joseph. Kicked out. Cross court comes near side. Here's Hargrove for 3 off the front of the iron. Joseph goes over the back. She's going to pick up a foul, and Turnbow be the benefactor right there.
Yeah, a little bumper car action. I think she kind of stomached into the back of her at that first point. Pretty close there. I mean, we saw kind of a bounce-off action, but if you're behind the player, you're definitely going to get that foul call if there's any movement from the other player.
I hear you. Dominguez.
That's her 4th personal, by the way, too.
It is. Dominguez, the left hand, comes across the timeline just under a minute. Dominguez with the left-handed dribble goes at Joseph. She's going to scoop at the right hand, no good. Controlled by Turnbow, and Turnbow's going to get hammered by Ramsey. Not a dirty play. Ramsey had her hand on the ball, but definitely had a lot of body, too.
Harmony Dominguez going to her head coach over there and kind of talking to Coach Riaz. And actually, it's the Coach Riaz isn't coaching this game.
Yeah,
but
Coach Jackson, James Jackson.
Yeah, she's kind of asking Coach, why didn't he give me a foul opportunity there? I want to shoot some free throws, but instead it's going to be Turnbow, who's battling the board. She's got 6 rebounds so far.
And here's Turnbow's first opportunity at the stripe. Got it.
She is 5 of 7 from the lines, has only missed 2 free throws. And right now with 7 points. All of her free throw points is what we got for her so far.
Fixing her hair right now. Let me get a ponytail set up. Here comes the second opportunity for Turnbow.
Hobbs' biggest lead in this quarter third has been 25 points.
Second one she's got as well. 48-25 your score. 47 seconds on the clock and ticking. Mojica across the half-court line. Crossover dribble, looking for help. Got Cunningham. Cunningham looks backdoor to Hargrove, who's got an easy layup. Defense broke down there as she lost Harmony Dominguez.
Hargrove now with 7 points, and Hobbs doubling up on Oregon Mountain 50-25.
And they're going to get Mojica with the reach there as Dominguez crosses her over.
Third on Mojica, 16 foul against the Lady Eagles, so Oregon Mountain 1 away from the bonus.
Dominguez standing at the H, comes across the timeline. Backdoor pass to Delgado. Delgado, 2 dribbles, picks it up. Finds Strawbridge, who finds Turnbow, who finds a foul awaiting her in Jayla David.
tried to swipe down on top of the arm that time and got the arm itself. That's her second personal, 17th foul. So there you go. The bonus the rest of the game for Oregon Mountain, which is this one will be a 2-shot foul.
Yeah.
And Turnbow is back up to the line again. She's 6 of 8 from the charity stripe.
And that's the third foul on Jayla David. All 3 posts are in foul trouble here. Turnbow's first opportunity is good.
Turnbow missed her first free throw here in the third, but has hit the last 4. So definitely got to get her blocked out in the paint. Otherwise, she's going to pick apart of this lead.
Yeah. Next shot's up and good as well. 50-27 your score, 15 seconds left. Here's David. David's going to spin. She's going to drive. Reverse layup by David. No good. But they're going to say Turnbow fouled her. That'll put David at the line to shoot, too. And Turnbow, that's her third personal.
Yep, 15 foul against the Knights, and what a quick first step there for David, going from right to left underneath the hoop that time, and it went hard to the rack left side and made Turnbow slam down on her.
David, a good free throw shooter, makes the first.
That's her first opportunity here in this game. She has 7 points. In the tournament, David was 6 of 11 from the charity stripe.
Second opportunity with the right hand is good as well. 52-27 your score, under 10 seconds here in the third. Here's Zavala over to Dominguez as time is running down. Dominguez, long 3. No good, and that'll be it for the third quarter. 52-27 your score. Lady Eagles will lead. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Lady Eagle Basketball at Eagle 100.5 and YouTube.com.
You're clear.
1 minute, please.
Thirty. $15. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Back live at Tascarita, tiebreaker. Coach Brian Coltrane's the Hobbs Lady Eagles leading by 25, matching their biggest lead, 52-27. Top scorer so far for Oregon Mountain, 12 for Harmony Dominguez, 10 for Caitlin Turnbow. For your Lady Eagles, 11 for Mojica and 10 for Cunningham.
Here's the offense getting started. Brett Clay, right wing, goes to Hall in the corner, back to Brett Clay. Clay looks for Joseph. Joseph swings it, gets in the middle of the lane. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebounded by Clay, and Clay goes back up with it and puts it in.
4 points and 5 rebounds for Brett Clay. I forgot to mention Nia Joseph with 12 points so far and 8 rebounds for the Lady Eagles. She is the top scorer.
54-27 your score, Lady Eagles lead. Here's Delgado driving left side scoop, no good. Rebounded by Turnbow. Turnbow goes up, and nobody wants to pick up another foul. They just kind of put their hands up, held up at the convenience store and let her score there.
12 points, 7 rebounds for Turnbow.
Here's Joseph, swings, middle of the lane. She's going to be fouled, no call. Dominguez comes away with it. Dominguez off and running. Hargrove on her. Dominguez crossover, stutter step. She's going to drive. Reverse layup, right side, no good. Joseph at the rebound. Here's Hargrove across the timeline, looking for Clay. Backside, Clay, long jumper. Got it. It's only a 2, but it's a nice one.
Clay now with 6 points. Hobbs up by 28, their biggest lead, 57-29 here in the fourth.
Delgado stripped from behind by Hall. Hall with it back after Cunningham picks it up. Right side Hargrove. Hargrove to Hall. Hall looks for Joseph. Joseph in the high post. Back to Hall. Top of the key, Clay. Clay hops with it and gives it to Hargrove. Hargrove, Clay. Clay, 3. Got it. Nope. Air ball. Here's Joseph with the right hand. It's no good. Clay gets the rebound. Spins, fires. Now she's got it with the right-handed layup.
Back-to-back for Clay. 6 are making 8 points, 6 rebounds. And by the way, Anaya Joseph now in double-double, 12 points and 10 boards for Hobbs.
Right side, here's Zavala working against the press. Crosses over to Delgado. Delgado Swings with the right hand. She's going to drive, loses it, gets it back, goes back out to Zavala. Zavala looking for Dominguez. Dominguez swings it around at the H, and she's dribbling. Dominguez being worked on by Hargrove. Backdoor pass looking for Turnbow. Turnbow can't handle it. Off her hands, out of bounds.
In terms of turnovers in this game, Oregon Mountain now with 18, 8 for the Lady Eagles, and Hobbs out rebounding through 3 quarters. Also big domination there, 29-18 on the glass.
Absolutely. Here's Hall coming up the court and crosses the timeline to get the offense clicking. Spins around, being checked by Delgado. Right side goes to Clay. Hall gives it up to Desiree Baquez, who's into the game. And that was David trying to drive with it. She's going to get knocked down. Ball goes out of bounds. That's a turnover on the Lady Eagles.
Kind of booted it out of bounds there. That's the 9th turnover for Hobbs. Of course, David having a great game, 8 points and 9 rebounds. So definitely helping out the cause. Also perfect on the line, 2 for 2.
Stolen away by Hargrove. It goes to David. Short jumper. She's got it.
Now she's in double digits, 10 points and 1 rebound away from a double-double.
And here's Dominguez, coast to coast, no good. Rebounded by David. David's going to hand to Hargrove. Hargrove comes across the timeline right side. Hall wants a 3, no good. Ball's loose. Turnbow runs it down, has it knocked out by Clay. Here's David. David spins, fires the right hand, no good. Dominguez with the rebound. Dominguez comes up the court with the right hand, looking for help, not there, being checked by Hall. Dominguez picks it up, frustrated, she spins around. Right side, it goes out to Delgado on the left wing. It's going to be lost out of bounds. Lady Eagles basketball. Actually, they're giving it back to Oregon Mountain.
Yeah, they're going to say it hit off the leg of Brett Clay, who did get a piece of the basketball first, just couldn't get a grip on it. It rolled out of bounds, but a good aggressive defense there. And boy, Hobbs getting a lot of people in the scoring book. 6 scores so far, and people in double digits all over the place now. 12 for Joseph, 11 for Mojica, and 10 apiece for Cunningham and David.
And Desiree Vasquez remains on the floor. It's a name that we haven't really heard a lot this season. This is the most action I've seen from her.
And she's a junior. She's got 1 more year next year.
Here's Mojica working right side. Mojica to Joseph. Joseph goes back over top to Mojica, comes around to pick. Mojica drives middle of the lane, spins, stutter steps, backdoor pass. Shot by Vasquez, no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Oregon Mountain. She comes to come ahead looking for Martinez, and that's going to go out of bounds.
I'm going to say Hobbs touched it last, so the Oregon Mountain will get it back on the baseline.
Here's the inbounds. Dominguez into the corner. She's got Zavala. Zavala, left-handed 3, got it.
That's the 5th tray now for Oregon Mountain, but still way behind by 29.
Right side. It's going to spin into Joseph. Joseph spins around. Short jumper. Got it. She's deadly from 8 foot in.
You mentioned double-double for her tonight. 14 points, 10 rebounds.
63-32. Cross-court action. Here's Martinez. Martinez backdoor. Hands it to Silva, and Silva puts it in off the glass.
Her first bucket for 2.
Mojica across the timeline. Crossover dribble. She's in the lane. Bounce pass to Vasquez. Vasquez loses it, but off of the foot of Martinez. That'll be back to the Lady Eagles.
Coach knows he's got a game tomorrow, so I'm sure we're going to see a lot more bench personnel at the last 3:35, but still a very comfortable lead for Hobbs to get their 10th win of the season.
63-34. Your score. It's 29 points. And here's Joseph, makes it 31 on the short jumper on the left short corner.
She's got 16 now. Continues to add the points in the books for Hobbs.
Martinez back near side. Zavala, crossover dribble. Zavala around the back, looks for Martinez. She dribbles once, picks it up. Zavala tries to go back door, looking for the cutting Silva, and knocked out of bounds by the Lady Eagles. 3:14 on the clock, 65-34, your score. Shot up, no good, rebounded by Joseph. Joseph sends it ahead. Across the timeline is Saez. Saez crosses to Ramsey, far side. Ramsey to Mojica. Back to Ramsey. Ramsey looking for Joseph, not there. Mojica picks it up. She's got it sealed, and she comes up and walks with it at the end of her dribble. She started to drive, looked like she was going to shoot, and then tried to pass it at the last second.
10th turnover for the Lady Eagles, but a total of 20 for Oregon Mountain. They've doubled up on the miscues so far in this game. And a 31-point lead, which is just one shot of the biggest lead, 32 in this fourth quarter.
Roberts hands it to Dominguez. Dominguez has it knocked away. Dominguez swings around violently. I wasn't sure if that was intentional or just part of the play, but man, that was a bit exaggerated there.
Now, a little frustration for Oregon Mountain having a big hole to dig out of here. Long road trip for them out of Las Cruces.
Cross court Dominguez. She's going to drive, pull back, long jumper, no good. Rebounded by Strawbridge. She goes up, no good. Ball's loose. Martinez backs it out. Martinez has it stolen away. Off to the races. Here's Mojica. She's going to get pushed, and Mojica will go to the line to shoot two.
That major body foul from behind Aaliyah Martinez just picked up her 4th personal. That's the 16th foul against the Knights. And just going to add some insult to injury here with some free throws. It's Mojica, who's yet to shoot a free throw. And at the tournament last week, she was 4 for 4, perfect in the line, and continues with another one there.
In and out. 65-34 remains your score.
Although we did mention first half, she had 3 trays in the ball game out of the 3 that the Lady Eagles have converted on. She's gotten all of them.
Second one's up, in and out as well. Turnbow with the rebound. Far side Roberts. Roberts to Harmony Dominguez. Dominguez looking for help. Spins it around. Throws it up. Looks for Strawbridge. No good. Strawbridge is rebounded. They're going to get her in the arm. She'll go to the line.
Yeah, she got through 2 defenders underneath that time and got collapsed on by a couple of girls, including Rosalind Ramsey and Bianca Guerra. In fact, they're going to call the foul on Guerra. That'll be her first and the 18th foul.
Yep. Lilani Clay in the game as well for the Lady Eagles.
Strawbridge 1 of 2 on the line tonight.
Shot goes up and she makes it.
8 scores so far for Oregon Mountain and 7 for the Lady Eagles, but they have a lot more double-digit scores in this ballgame, and 2 have double-doubles, David and Joseph.
Second opportunity for Strawbridge is also good. Inbound comes back to Mojica across the timeline. Mojica sets up for the offense, looking for help, tries to throw Bianca Guerra. She's got it. She tries to throw it right side to Saez, and she throws it into the bench.
11th Lady Eagle turnover here on forced air. Still a big cushion, though, by 29. 65-36 with 2 minutes left.
Dominguez, crossover, has it stopped on the floor. She picks it back up, throws it to Strawbridge, and they're going to immediately tie her up as Guetta gets her hands in there. That'll be a jump ball, and the ball's going to go back to Oregon Mountain.
Hobbs fans liking the aggressiveness in the paint, not giving a lot of opportunities for quick shots in there.
Yeah. Cheering the subs on, getting some extended playing time here. Back into Turnbow. She spins, fires, and they're going to give it to her on the continuation. A lot of contact early, but they're going to say that it was part of the shot.
Now 14 for Turnbow. She's the scoring leader at this point. Harmony Dominguez with 12 as they get the second foul on Guerra and the 19th foul. One away from the double bonus as the sub going to check out. Mojica going to exit with 11 points and 3 rebounds tonight and those 3 trays.
Ciandra Rodriguez is the player that replaces her. Seeing first action tonight. Here's Turnbow. Jim's pretty quiet at this point. This game is settled. 65-39 your score. $1:48 on the clock. And here's Saez bringing the ball up the court. Saez across the timeline. Looks for Lilani Clay. Clay to Guetta up top. Guetta is looking for the cutter. She finds the cutter. Scoop shot. No good by Ramsey. It's loose. It's going to be wrestled by Clay. Clay gives it back to Ramsey. Ramsey with a shot. No good. Clay with another rebound. Lilani Clay, 2 quick rebounds. Long three-pointer here from Rodriguez. She's got it. Ciandra Rodriguez enters the game. Her first shot's a 3, and she drains it.
That's the 4th try for the Lady Eagles, 68-39. Their biggest lead now is 30, or make it 29-32, although earlier in the 4th.
Dominguez scoops underneath. They're going to get her for a walk or a push. I'm not sure. I think it's a walk. Didn't see the signal there. Did you, Ty?
Yeah, I think you get to get a travel. That's a 23rd turnover for Oregon Mountain, not doing themselves any benefits at this Tasker court.
Here's Rodriguez across the timeline, right side to Saez. Saez being trapped. She's going to dribble out of it. Saya scoops. She throws a shot up with a lot of contact. And there's the foul, and you hear a unified scream coming from the Oregon Knights bench over there.
Yeah, kind of a little delayed whistle, though, but it was kind of like on a rubber band. She kind of stretched backwards, and then the referee realized there's no way she could have fallen back that quickly unless she got bodied and gets the foul call.
Yeah. So Saya's at the line to shoot 1 and 1 here.
17 foul for Oregon Mountain.
They would say she was shooting, so it's going to be a two-shot opportunity. She misses the first, however.
Hobbs just 2 points shy of 70 in this ball game with 54 seconds remaining. Of course, tomorrow night there will be in Amarillo, Tascosa, over there in the Lone Star States.
Second opportunity, no good. Rebounded by Strawbridge. Strawbridge has it whipped around through the hands of Katika Gutierrez. Near side, it comes back out to Villarreal. Villarreal swings it, almost has it stolen away by Rodriguez. Goes right side, long jumper Roberts, no good. Rebound by Guetta. They have Turnbuckle over her back. They're going to say it's a jump ball. Lady Eagles retain possession here.
A little physicality between both of those players, going toe-to-toe on that baseline, and Hobbs to get it back.
Here's the inbounds. Ramsey gives it back to Saez. Saez working against Robert. Ramsey near side. Left-handed dribble. Ramsey looks for Guetta. Guetta's going to drive. She's going to shoot. No good. Rebounded by Leilani Clay. Look, Clay goes up and gets the putback. Leilani Clay with the rebounding machine today.
Yeah, 3 rebounds. That's her first bucket here late in the fourth. 70-39 Hobbs.
Here's Turnbow working against Guetta. Spins. Fires. No good. Loose ball. Controlled by Oregon Mountain. Strawbridge misses. She gets it back and puts that one in as time expires. Your final, 70-41. Lady Eagles vanquish the Oregon Mountain Knights. We'll be back with the Lady Eagle postgame show after these messages. You're listening to Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Eagle 100.5 and YouTube.com.
Here, Clay.
3 minutes, please.
Two minutes. One minute. $30.
One more 30, please.
Okay. 30. $15. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back. 70-41, your final score. The Lady Eagles have beat Oregon Mountain. The Knights have come in here, will fall now on the season to 9-4. Lady Eagles improved to 10-6 on the season, and it's a game where I think that rebounding was a big factor, and I think the turnovers actually probably voted in our favor tonight.
And let me give you those numbers exactly here. Hobbs winning the rebounding battle 39-31, and the turnovers 23 for Oregon Mountain and just 11 for the Lady Eagles, so more than double the bad numbers for Oregon Mountain. And I think Hobbs' pressure has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, it does, and I think that we handled the pressure well. As I've seen all season, Oregon Mountain did try to press us, and it looked like we're getting a little bit better at handling the ball. It's probably been worked on this week.
Hobbs outscoring Oregon Mountain 18-14 in the fourth quarter, so Mountain did come back a little bit there to try to come back in the game, and mostly because of free throws. They were 14 of 20 as a team for 70%, so not horrible numbers there on the line. They did hit 5 3-pointers in the game, and 3 of those for Harmony Dominguez. Top scorer, though, was Caitlin Turnbow, just 1 rebound shy of a double-double, 15 points and 9 rebounds. And, boy, a lot of free throws for her. Turnbow was 9 of 11, only missed 2 from the charity stripe. Harmony Dominguez with those 3 3-pointers went with 12 points, had 5 rebounds, but 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. 5 for Helena Strawbridge. She was 3 for 4 from the line and had 9 rebounds, so definitely doing some job on the glass there. Michaela Zavala hit a 3-pointer for 3. Eliana Silva came in the fourth quarter with a bucket for 2. Yvonne Villarreal had a tray for 3 points. Leah Martinez went 1 of 2 from the line for 1 point. So a total of 8 scores for Oregon Mountain. Again, we mentioned their free throws, 14 of 20 for 70%. Hit those 5 3-pointers, but had those 23 turnovers, which was their unraveling in this ball game.
Yeah, but turnovers are just a huge thing, and when you get 10 more possessions than somebody else to take shots, and you're out rebounding them, so you get those additional possessions from the rebound, that's a big difference maker in the game.
Yeah, especially when a lot of those turnovers led to transition buckets for Hobbs. Nia Joseph with a double-double tonight, leading the Lady Eagles, 16 points, 11 rebounds. She was also 2 for 4 from the charity stripe. Big game for her. 3 other players in double digits. Nakia Mojica hit those 3 trays. She finished 0 for 2 from the line and had 3 rebounds. Kendall Cunningham in the paint, one of the starters. She had 10 points, 5 rebounds, and was 4 of 5 from the line for 80%. So good free throw night for her. Jayla David coming off the bench with a double-double tonight, 10 points and 10 rebounds. She was 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. I keep wanting her to be a starter, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, heck, she's doing this coming off the bench. Why not keep her the 6th man?
Yeah, and I know he's toyed around with having all 3 posts on the floor. At some point, we'll see it. We didn't get to see it tonight.
Brett Clay finishing with 8 points and 6 rebounds, went 2 for 3 from the line. Bryn Hargrove had 7 points. She was 1 of 2 from the line with 1 point. We should mention Clay had 6 rebounds before that. Ciandra Rodriguez getting some playing time in the fourth quarter, drilled a 3 for the Lady Eagles. Leilani Clay with some great rebounding in the fourth quarter, finished with 3 boards and 2 points. And Erilyn Hall hit 1 bucket for 2 points. The Eagles with 9 scores in this ball game. We mentioned 4 in double digits. Hobbs was 11 of 20 from the charity stripe for 55%. Had 4 3-pointers. Only 11 turnovers again compared to 23 for Oregon Mountain. Again, Hobbs getting their 10th win of the season. Now 10-6. Oregon Mountain dropping to 9-4.
Yeah, and Oregon Mountain will be playing Las Cruces on Friday. Of course, we have them Saturday. So we'll at least kind of get to see a little bit of that matchup first before we actually play Cruces.
Unfortunately, you'll get to see that. I won't be in Las Cruces with you.
Yeah, you won't be
I'll
in
lose
Las
some tears
Cruces.
over that, though.
Yeah,
that should be some good matchups, too. And, of course, Hobbs used to be in the same district with some of these teams, Oregon Mountain and Las Cruces High, and, of course, Mayfield, too. And, again, kind of sad not to see them getting to play in the same district. But, of course, Hobbs taking advantage of the games they do get them against, and they got some wins against Oregon Mountain tonight.
They did, and did it running away. Anything else you want to add for tonight's game, Ty?
No, I know it's a tough schedule for Hobbs. I mean, you just get done with the number 1 team in the state for the Holiday Tournament Championship, losing by a couple of points there. I turn around and play this game tonight against a number 4 ranked Oregon Mountain team, then go back into Texas tomorrow with going up to Amarillo with Tascosa on the schedule. So, and then like you mentioned, Saturday going on the road with that Las Cruces matchup too. So, Coach Carpenter takes the games he can get. Tough opponent, doesn't matter what their record is. He wants an opportunity to show his team could be one of the better ones in the state, which they are at this point.
Yep, they are. And you know, this Tascosa squad that they have tomorrow has traditionally been one of the powerhouses of Texas basketball. They do have some state titles under their belt, and this year they have had a bit of a struggle. They are only 2-6 on the season, and so that is way below what they've been used to doing. They did pick up wins against Midland High School, and also picked up a win against Centennial, not the Centennial out of Las Cruces, but the Centennial High School out of Burleson, Texas, a Fort Worth school. But they have been on a losing streak since then. But they are playing 6A basketball and some tough teams to boot.
I guess you and I will get together tomorrow night. Hobbs boys here to play Goddard. That'll be a 6:45 pregame tip-off at 7 o'clock. And boy, the Hobbs Eagles 12-1 record now with the big Hobbs All-Day Tournament Championship as they knocked Cleveland off, a team that was the state champion last year, but also won the Holiday Tournament 2 years ago here against the Eagles at Tasker Arena. So good payback there, and Hobbs on a big roll as well.
Yeah, they are. The only loss of the season at first road game at Permian. And that was a very good Permian team who's one of the top teams in the region over there right now. So Hobbs has really shown that they're willing to play the tough teams as well.
And that'll be on our sister station, Cool 95.7. Well, again, we'll be on around 6:45, 6:50, depending on the final of the JV game.
Well, that's a wrap here at Tasker. 70-41 your final. Lady Eagles over at Oregon Mountain. For my right-hand man, Ty Friend. For our camera girl and scoreboard operator, Kara Coltrane, and for Edie back at the studio, best engineer in the business. We appreciate your work tonight. Good night.
Here, Claire.
Thanks, Evie.
Have a nice night.
No problem.